Hello and welcome to my channel, friends. My name is Lynn, and today I'm part of an oh-so inspired video hub organized by Call Me Crafty Al here on YouTube. Today I am crafting with the Say Cheese Classic Poo collection by Simple Stories, available at Spellbinders, and my cards are inspired by Danny of Danny's Dreams. Danny is a member of our team, and this year we're doing things a little bit differently and taking inspiration from one of our fellow teammates. And we get to actually pick what project is going to inspire our video and create something new. So I'm really excited to actually see what everybody else picks. Danny is an easy person to draw inspiration from because she posts cards just about every day, I think. And so I think there's so much to choose from. And if anything, that's probably what makes it a little bit hard because there's so many pretty things that she shares on her profile. So if you want to see for yourself, check out Danny's Instagram. It's in the description box below. And of course, she is on the team, so she has a YouTube channel here as well. So you can check out her videos also. And if you want to see what everybody else has chosen as their inspiration piece by Danny, the description box will also have a playlist. So if you click on that playlist, you'll see all of our videos collected in one spot, which makes it really convenient because you can even hit the autoplay button, and then when one video ends, the next one will automatically begin. And if you don't have time to watch all of the videos in one sitting, it's pretty easy to tell which videos you've seen and which ones you haven't. So the project from Danny that I picked off of her Instagram profile is one that she posted on January 2nd of this year, but it's actually a sheet load from January of 2022. I looked in my file of sheet loads, and that's not one that I have. So I couldn't go to the source of the sheet load, which is also designed by Call Me Crafty Al here on YouTube. So I'm going off of Danny's cards completely for my cards today. And I was trying to figure out if I could backwards engineer Alicia's sheet load, but it's tricky because sometimes she uses 6x6 pattern papers and sometimes she uses 12x12, so it's really hard to tell. And then she does sometimes tricky things too, where it looks like a full panel, but it's really not. So it's really hard to figure out just by looking. But what I did was, because I am crafting with 12x12 papers, I cut a 4x12 panel, and then I cut the 4x12 into two panels of 4 wide by 5 1/4 tall. One of them I'm using as the full background piece, and then the other one I actually cut in half for that vertical piece there. And so the little strip that goes horizontal, that's just what's left over from that original 4x12 sheet. So I picked 3 different pattern papers and I cut all 3 the same way. And then for each of my cards, I just mix and match them so that each of those 3 strips, the 4x5 1/4 panel, the 2x5 1/4 strip, and that smaller leftover strip, which is 4 by, I guess like 1.5. Those are just mixed and matched up so that you have one of each pattern. But once I finish these 3 cards, I still have 3 strips, I guess, that are 2 wide by 5 1/4. So I know for certain I haven't backwards engineered Alicia's sheet load, because I have those leftovers, and plus I think Danny's photo had 9 cards on it, And I still have the rest of my 12 by 12 sheets. So I don't know how Alicia does what she does. It's totally worth it to go to her channel and get the sheet loads when they come out, because if you're looking to create a sheet load of cards and you don't want to have any scraps and you want to be able to cut in the most efficient way, really her guides are the best thing to follow. But I had a lot of fun and trying to figure it out for myself. So these will look close, but I know that they aren't the real deal. And the other thing that I found when I was choosing my papers was that there's an entire sheet of tags. There's an entire 12 by 12 sheet of tags. And when I see a tag, I think of Danny because she does Tag a Day in November where she posts projects. And it's not always just like one card. Sometimes she does sets of cards or sets of tags. And so when I saw that sheet of tags, I knew I had to use tags on my card too, because of course that makes me always think of Danny. And so I've got some tags going on here. Now, Danny is a big fan of coloring, stamping and coloring, and my cards don't feature that at all. So I do have to say that this is one place where I've sort of deviated from something that I know Danny really, really loves. But she is beginning to love ephemera, and I think we're slowly bringing her to our side with ephemera. So maybe this is just a nod towards some future inspiration that Danny will share with us. So for my tags, I'm just lifting them up on a little bit of low profile foam. I'm using Love from Lizzie's pinstripe stickers for some accents. I know on Danny's card, it looked like she used some mats and layers with solid color cardstock, but this collection, it's gorgeous, but red is so hard to match. Like all of these colors were really hard to match. I could not find good solid color cardstocks that were a good match. So I just cut down a little strip of this yellow paper from the full 12 by 12 just to have, I didn't want to waste it. So I didn't want to cut like a full thing to mat behind it. I just cut 1/8 inch strips and I glued it on top of that strip to get my little faux matte layers. And that way it's like the perfect match, because otherwise I was just really having a hard time. I was struggling finding the right solid color cardstock from my stash to add the mats and layers for these cards. So I just went straight to the source. Now here's that last card, which is a bit of a bonus card. So remember I said that to get the strip, I had to cut down half of one of those 4 by 5¼ panels. Well, that meant that I had 3 leftover 2 by 5¼ panels. And so that's this card, which is kind of close to the original layout. It's just missing the horizontal piece. But it's, I guess, a little bit of a bonus. And I'm really loving transfer sheets, by the way. They're relatively new to me. I know they've been around for ages and ages, but I had a lot of fun incorporating them into some of these tags and just giving them a little extra detail. And once you rub the designs on, it's really flat and really smooth. It's almost very hard to tell that it's there. If you tilt it in the light, you can definitely see like the edges or the border. But otherwise, I like the little faux stitching. Those are from the transfers. Lots of fun. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed my cards today. Remember to expand the description box to find a link to Danny's Instagram and her YouTube channel, and also do check out the playlist where you'll see some more projects that have been inspired by Danny. Thanks so much for catching my video today, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Bye.